Letter back to the man, and yet it arrived in my own hands. Was that the plan? Probably not, but never mind, now we have to talk. You wrote a letter back to the man, and yet it arrived in my own hands. Was that the plan? Probably not, but never mind, now we have to talk. Yo Stan, this is an M, dissing him just because he missing my gin. I'm sorry about your lady and her baby in the engine. I like cannabis and M&M both, but why this one or the other? Didn't you learn from your mother? Guess seeing true Hollywood made you forget about your little brother. No worries, I don't wanna diss you either way, I just don't wanna see your skin on top of a tray. Come on hombre, I get you on your raps on display, but seeing what you wrote ain't gonna work at the end of the day. I ain't big, but I forgot you exist. Not trying to dismiss your baby girls I missed, but even twisted and I saw the body in the mist. You ain't modest, especially since you're fatherless. Nonetheless, this is just a You wrote a letter back to the man, and yet it arrived in my own hands. Was that the plan? Probably not, but never mind, now we have to talk. You wrote a letter back to the man, and yet it arrived in my own hands. Was that the plan? Probably not, but never mind, now we have to talk. I know you saw Diaz in the lake, but you know what, hell, I'm gonna give him a break. Why do you wanna make? I know this is kinda hard cracking, but killing your daughter is the reason he stays strapping. I have no gun, but I'd rather be a father to a son than be without anyone. But what you did, you know it can't be undone. Thank you for the confession. I won't use it, but it's in my head. I don't like to see a girl being crushed in, thinking of her eye as I popped button. Where's my vision? Hard to think this ain't fiction. I ain't saying I'm a saint, but I don't kill people just cause of the rain. Dog, beware what you say, this ain't finger paint. Even Jermaine couldn't keep you maintained. You wrote a letter back to the man, and yet it arrived in my own hands. Was that the plan? Probably not, but never mind, now we have to talk. You wrote a letter back to the man, and yet it arrived in my own hands. Was that the plan? Probably not, but never mind, now we have to talk. I know you got 50 stitches for your wounds, but I'm surprised they helped you with your girl near the moon. I'm sorry about me sounding crude, that's not who I am, that's mainly him. But you walked away with the bruise, while Bonnie and Diane didn't get to leave the room. You dissing Slim just cause you know it's true. Man, you're screwed up, I'll have you in a queue while you're sitting over there chewing on that fucking blue. I get you wanna be like him, but listen to me when I say you ain't his gem. Even cannabis had to call the ambulance. When I saw the news, I saw the fucking ignorance. I wish I was there, I could've given you a hand, but now look at you, you are a different stand. But never mind, I wonder if I could've held your lifespan. Never mind, at this point I'm deadpan. Was this shit urban? Seems like Matthew over here is causing a disturbance. He misses you, bro, haven't you heard of it? He still thinks his bro is gonna fucking plummet. All over the news is what we saw with the booze. You were his idol, but you went full throttle. Fuck it, now I wish you had finished the bottle. You don't deserve to be called, you don't even deserve a couple. Now I sound like you, but I got shit to lose, so you might wanna run before I make you a noose. You wrote a letter back to the man, and yet it arrived in my own hands. Was that the plan? Probably not, but never mind, now we have to talk. You wrote a letter back to the man, and yet it arrived in my own hands. Was that the plan? Probably not, but never mind, now we have to talk. You wrote a letter back to the man, and yet it arrived in my own hands. Was that the plan? Probably not, but never mind, now we have to talk.
Tryna be ass kicking, but you're just ass licking. No wonder people don't look at you as an asset. And look, you're an asset. You're gonna go rape another door handle, cause you discriminate. Give me my hockey mask, you won't ever go with the slash. I'ma go and get the set and kill your fucking wife at last. Oh, never mind, fuck your wife, fuck your life. You don't even got both of those, you motherfucking dyke. I'll get you in a fight with the right foot, huh? Everybody looks at you and plays some funk. They try to drown you out because you really suck. Even being on Spotify thinks you're a punk. Well, not really, they think you're really shady. And when I mean shady, they think you're just a little baby. And I'm sorry, lady, I don't wanna hurt you. This fucking girl thinks she belongs at a zoo. And if I wanted to hurt you even more, I could've gotten twisted and make sure you're a bore. But it's boring, cause I'm gonna be snoring on you like a snorting crack cocaine on a bin. So, okay, I got Vicodin, put it into the syringe, put it up your neck until you don't ever feel a pinch. Yeah, what's wrong? A little white boy is trying to get out, but he's just a boy toy. Being 10 years old, thinking you're badass. Pinche changalo, wanna get out with a slash. Honestly, look at you, you dyke. Never mind, restart, trick or treat, alright. Everybody looks at me and says I'm Chicano, and I am, so we can go mano y mano. I'm fucking cool, better than you do. I'm the original, you dumbass fucking fool. Pinche Sue, what's wrong with your head? Everybody wants you to be dead. Okay, buddy, I'm getting way too ahead of myself here, so let me go call your dad. UK faggot wants to be a maggot, but everybody knows he's such to the straight and jacket. Not cause he's crazy, but cause he's a baby. He's another guy who thinks he's Slim Shady. Repeating words, that's okay. I'm stealing your flows like you do every day. Just like enemy when he wants to scream, I'm gonna be like, gonna make you cream. Oh yeah, cause you're getting the attention that you want. Honestly, look at you, you look like a dunce. Killed you, and I played with the body. I got you with the knife, so I know you're not that sorry. Honestly, I killed you with your own money. 5 cents on you, man, you must be a dummy.